This is how I am taking off the cam sprocket, cam pulleys, whatever you call them, to do the seal behind. And it's pretty difficult to get these guys off. It's 17 millimeter, and at least for the back one. The front one I was able to remove with a just prying on the bolt before the timing belt was off. I was just able to loosen it that way while the timing belt was still on, but the back one I wasn't able to get off. So I got this, I saw this on a forum somewhere. Somebody suggested using one of these gear chain wrenches around the pulley, and then there is a old timing belt. I cut a piece of old timing belt, I'll show that in a minute, with between the chain and the pulley so that it doesn't mark up the teeth of the pulley or the gear. Okay, here's the setup where you can see it a little bit better. I got the chain wrench, around the pulley. That I have an old timing belt that I chopped off to be able to protect the teeth of the pulley, so that I don't mark those up while I'm prying on it. And then, so I just cut it so that I have most of the pulley covered. And I still did need, even with that, I still was using the 2-foot breaker bar to be able to pull that. I had the chain wrench in the one hand and the breaker bar in the other hand, and it was still a bit of a challenge to get it broke free. And then after you do that, then there's the two 12 millimeter bolts that protect there's a little cover plate there that you have to take before you get to the seal behind there. The front, I already took those off. Yeah. Okay, and I got the cover plate off, and here's a picture of what the cam shaft seal looks like before I take it off. I am going to try to take it off with a Lyle tool here. A seal puller, I think is what it's called. Here's what the plate looks like if you want to see that. We're getting there. Here's a shot of the seal puller with the little hook inserted and the fulcrum point ready to bear against that other surface there, so that we can try to slide this old seal out. Here's the new seal, and I have put a little bit of silicone paste on it. So people recommended that to be able to let it slide onto the slide back in easier. You probably want to be ready with a paper towel when you pull the old seal out, because it gets a little bit of oil leaking out there. And then I do have this little, someone had recommended taking a piece of PVC pipe. I think this is, let's see, I don't know if it's the piece of pipe or if it's the fitting, but I think it says, let's see, 1 1/4 somewhere, or what does that say? I think that says 1 1/4. Anyway, you could take a seal to the hardware store and see how it lines up pretty well with the seal. And then I got this is the bolt that came off of that holds the pulley on. And then I forget, I think this is a Lyle tool here as well, that fits up against fits up against the pipe. And then this is to push the seal back in, and then you can put the bolt on like that. I'll come back in a minute once I have the thing set up on the camshaft. Okay, so I just put the seal on there for a second, and then let's see if I can do this with the camera with one hand. Get it started here. Okay, I'm gonna try to turn that in and see how we do. Okay, here it is. It's about halfway in. I guess I'll just do a few more turns here on the camera, but just slowly push it in. Okay, and here is after having cranked it for a while. I'm gonna take the bolt off and see how it feels as far as the depth, once I can see a little bit better. Here's a final shot of the seal once I drove it into place. Just need to put the cover plate and pulley or gear back on, torque it down. I thought you might be interested in the thickness of this PVC section that I used to drive, and it's about 1 1/8 inches or so. I'm sure it doesn't have to be exactly that, but somewhere in that range seemed to work okay for me.